Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo, where I'm weird and we're all about to get a little woo woo, okay? Alright, I've been shuffling up the decks. We are going to do a reading in regards to the location changes 2025. I told you all that I was feeling really pulled to do that. A little bit came through for the weekend reading. And so we're going to go ahead and embark on this. Because some shit's going down in January. And for some, while the revelation that this is going to be them happens in January, the move may take place later. There are individuals where the revelation comes or the knowing, like, oh, yep, I'm a part of this group. Time to change. Like something happens and it just tells you time to change. Like absolutely change the environment. It can be anything from politically motivated to career to natural disaster to anything. And again, this is just to help give information and clarity and confirmation, some sense of synchronicity, right? As you're moving through the process. So we need to focus on January and some of the shit that's going to be going down this month. Let me give you my PSA. You are a sovereign being over your life, which means you get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. So whatever you do, don't Cinderella shit to make it fit. All right. So we're going to start. Oh, sorry. We're starting with the Archangel Tarot. Weehoo. Seriously? Is this whole thing? Wow. How did I do that? How did I split the deck like that? I'm going to start paying attention because good Lord, absolutely not. Alright, Spirit. This is one of our first in the series to a follow-up for the very initial one. All right. Thank you. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Wands, the Wheel. All right. I heard myself go, all right, bitches. All right. So, a new business venture, an exciting new endeavor, career, an exciting new endeavor that's going to actually change shit, that moves everything forward. A time of positive change. So this change that's coming in is going to feel good. It's like letting something end on a sweet note and begin on a really, really delicious one. So fortune is on your side right now. So this isn't like something's going to have to happen that it... Sometimes we just... The thing is, we don't want it to be so chaotic, so painful in order to kickstart us into a new something, right? And sometimes we can look at our environment and be like, I don't know how anything, like, we are predisposed to believe that it's more likely something negative is going to happen to kickstart something than it is something good, because the state of the world right now, but also just kind of like maybe we've had more experience with that, right? And so the fear kicks in. This is a very pleasant transition, okay? That they want to talk about. Okay. And I feel like I heard somebody say, how would I get a new job? I haven't really been applying myself. Like if this type of endeavor is work related, it's kind of like I haven't put myself out there. How would that? And so that's a question. So that's telling me that you're like, where would this come from given? So we have the Fool. An unexpected opportunity. Well, no shit. Because you're like, how would this even find me? Because I ain't putting myself out there like that. Yeah. A new area. Completely new area. They want me to take away the completely. It's a new area. Maybe you haven't poured yourself into this particular focus. There's something new about it. So enough for them to be like, this is completely new area. What do you mean by new area? Are you talking about new location? Because we are talking about location changes. And that might be why this could be like a job at like a distance. And you've been only applying locally, and you've kind of like filtered off a little bit. So like maybe your information's out there somewhere. This could be, it's good news financially for you though. It's a new area. And that's where the leap of faith comes from. Public recognition, acknowledgement, forward movement, success, victory, achievement. Okay. All right, let's dial this shit in. So, okay, dokie, we're coming out in threes. So 3, 3, 3 because of that. You might have a lack of self-confidence in this area. It is talking about some type of skilled work. This is work related, absolutely. It's like you've got the skills. And you don't stop with the Eight of Pentacles, right? Like Eight of Pentacles is really learning to hone the skills. That's why it's usually depicted by having all the seven Pentacles that someone's done before, and it's kind of like a new focus. It's like really honing something. So maybe this is going to be a bit more specific in an area that you're aware of or that you're familiar with. That because of it's like I haven't really done this per se. So it's new and not new, but it's kind of like, because of that, the Knight of Pentacles is this offer. It's trustworthy, it's secure, it's something that isn't fleeting necessarily, but it's also about you following through, because we have the Eight of Pentacles coming before the Knight of Pentacles. You might be hesitant because the level of commitment this will take, because there's new aspects to it that you haven't really quite done this before. And it could be just because you have a level of success in something that you're like, oh, I haven't showed up to this at this kind of a level. And so it's going to require more dedication, because it talks about buckling down and getting things done, honoring commitments, you showing up right, and like there's a level of commitment with this. And I don't know if the commitment for you, I think the commitment is more you showing up to this on a consistent basis, versus say a long period of time. It's a change in how you approach something. And because the feeling of being trapped is kind of like, maybe there's something about that makes you feel like you're not in control of your schedule, or you're not in control of whatever this is. Like, it's going to put a demand on you. Anytime you achieve success, a new layer of responsibility and expectation is placed on you, right? In order to maintain something. And so that might be what it is. And you're like, I'm not so sure I'm capable, right? Because this is like a lack of self-confidence in being able to show up and show up for a particular skill set. So let's find out what's going on with this, okay? Oy, 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 oy. Because these came out in 3, so let's read it like that. Okay. It always is. A Hermetic Tarot. Let's start from the beginning, they say. Start from the beginning. And this would be more immediate future, guys, okay? Queen of Swords. Four of Cups. There's an analysis of this. It's kind of like, take stock of the greater of this in a bigger way. Like, think of this from like, pull yourself out and get more objective about it, okay? Because when you're in your fields, there's a lot of self-confidence issues, I would say. There's a lot of questioning of the self. But if you pull out and you take an eagle-eye view of this, right? Really be objective about this. It's not so much, they're saying, it's not so much you not wanting to put in the effort as far as the skills go, or to learn any new additional skills, or to employ any particular new skills. I have a bird that just showed up. Oh, where you at? Where you at, little messenger? Where you at, little messenger? Where'd you go? Like, he sunk into the snow. Oh, this poor baby. This poor baby, he's down in there. Who are you? Who are you? Hi. Sorry, guys. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, I got a little friend. I can't tell who he is. He's way down in there. Sorry, guys. I'm leaving my window. Oh, nope. Get out of the way. I want to see. I'm leaving my window open. Yeah. Okay, so bird shows up. That's a messenger, right? Let me put this out the way. My knees are here. So there's this idea of, it's not so much the skills, the knowledge, or the commitment and dedication. They're like, this is more the emotional investment that you are afraid to do. And it shows up in you being resistant to committing. That's where the commitment to this and the showing up and the consistent, it's not really about your concern about your capabilities. It is this apathy. Four of Cups, I'm not so sure when it shows up. It's about because we have the Page of Cups, and it's like, but with this, if you invest in this emotionally, there's more to it. It's kind of like, if you fear something depleting you on an emotional level, there's just something about, like, you could work like a dog. Like, you could clean house all day. You could do this. You could do that. The things that don't require emotional investment, you could do all day long. The resistance is, there is a level of vulnerability with this, because this is something that you would put your heart into. And so that's the hesitancy. That is the hesitancy. Page of Cups. And then here we go, we have the King of Swords. Now, and this is Chariots of the Winds. And then Magician. I want more on that. What is this? I don't want to do the question is the emotional investment of this. I mean, I feel like, in all honesty, we are addressing this down here more than anything than this. They're like, it's actually something different. The way it would require you to show up is with faith and hope and vulnerability and willingness, like transparency, and it requires you to lead with your heart. I gotta be honest with you, whatever this is. So again, it may be something along the lines of something that you really do have loved, and that's where it's like, if it was just required action, if it just required intellect, not a problem. But it would require me to step out of my apathy, out of my detachment, and really be present in the moment and allow myself to be influenced by that. Because when I open my heart, I am open to all of the influences that are around me. There's a level of vigilance that comes with that, and risk. That is the risk. That is the risk. Tell me about the Page of Cups, please. Because in this situation, that's the overall energy we're talking about. This is something that, because, you know, the fish comes popping out of the cup. This is like, there is financial, there is something material about this. There's some level of abundance. But it, first and foremost, you know, and even if this isn't like, because even if, I know we have the King and Queen, but even if this is not emotional investment in a person, it's like having your cup going, do I want to? See, the King of Swords here, it isn't a person. It is talking about, again, it has been showing up in a very particular energy here recently about a decision requires action. Otherwise, it's just a thought. And so the King of Swords, when he chooses something, when he decides something, he's decisive. He follows through. He executes. It's like there is no waffling. There is an absolute. So it's again, that energy of all in type of situation. And so it's like, do I want to give of my cup to this? Like, you've been protecting your energy. You've been protecting your heart. You've been protecting who or what you pour your energy into. Because to a certain degree, when you pour your emotional energy into something, for lack of a, there's a level of attachment that comes to that. You are really investing from a deeper level into something. And you're becoming so much more vulnerable, because what if it's a waste? What if it doesn't pan out? What if I have poured this cup out and then I have left myself depleted again? So you're wary about what you want to, because it's kind of like, I want to reserve whatever that energy is for me. This is for you, but you don't have that confirmation just yet. And that's the thing of like, it would require you to come out of this hesitancy, this, I'm gonna ward things off. I'm apathetic. I'm quick to say no, quick to not invest, because again, it's the emotional investment. And if you feel like you have to pour from your cup at all, you worry about depleting your cup. That's really what it is. It is self-preservation and self-love that has you this cautious. Not a lack of confidence in your capabilities. You know you can do this. That's why it feels like it's new, but it's not new. It's new in the sense of, this is, you may have not have emotionally invested in something like this for quite a while. Quite a while. But you know that if you choose this, it requires the action. It requires you to shit or get off the pot, so to speak. Either I'm in or I'm not. You need to be decisive about this. There's no half-assing it. You either open yourself up to this or you don't. There's no tiptoeing in this. And because that's the only way to bring this, make this manifest the way that you want to. This manifestation absolutely requires you to be an active participant. Okay? Okay, thank you. So they wanted to clarify that. It's not about your capabilities. It's even not about you being able to follow through with what it would require of you, other than your fear of opening yourself up to this, to believing in it, to wanting it, to desiring it, to feeling emotionally attached to it. And you're not meant to walk through this world emotionally detached the entire time from anything, everything, and everyone. That's not how you experience it, because you close your heart down. The way that we experience that which is spiritual and that which is worldly is through the heart space. That is how we experience this life. And we're meant to have an experience. So let's talk about, okay, so they wanted to address that. I want to know about the Ace of Pentacles and the Page of Wands, please. Yep, Starman Tarot. And the Chariot can be about the move, right? Like this could be taking a leap of faith. And again, moving to a new area. It creates a lot of newness in your life. And it may require travel or moving. Okay, so let's talk about the Ace of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles, tell me about that, please, Spirit. Five of Swords, a lot of difficulty. Life's a battle. Ten of Swords. Okay, I see it, but we're getting there's the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. Let's restart. Okay, it kersplooshed. I want to know what the Ace of... I don't want a backstory. I'm going to be honest with you, Spirit. We don't have time for that. We understand it. Something that's missing shows up. Something that kind of leaves you feeling left out. It shows up. We got the Page of Wands twice here. Oh, is this the... okay. What is it specifically? What is the Ace of Pentacles? Specific... Oh, shit. I don't feel anything off of that. Do we want to keep this deck? Because this deck is acting funny. Okay, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. What is the fucking reason? The amount of birds I have right now outside of my window, given that we have like 8 or 9 inches of snow outside, is a bit redonkulous. Like, I'm like, are y'all, where are you? I mean, I don't know what they're going to find. Five of Swords again. 7 of Cups. You really haven't known what to fucking do to address something. You're like out in the dark. I don't get it. I don't know. The swords are pointed down. It's not fucking clear, obviously. How do I do this? How do I fucking do this? This has been a fight. And then suddenly the Page of Wands shows up. So, obviously, they want to talk about the Page of Wands first. Whatever. It's the answer to the thing. It's your answer. Again, it's not something you sought out, though, is what I want to say. You didn't seek it out. You didn't seek this out. You have not known what the fuck to do with your situation. And it's created a very difficult dynamic in your life right now, a difficult situation. So this is for individuals where life has not been popping off. And that might be all the more reason why you are very cautious of what you pour your energy and your emotional investment into. Is you coming from I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know how to address this. I don't get it. And having zero clarity about which way to go. And so that has you up in your head like, Well, I understand now why you're in the Queen of Swords and you're kind of like very apathetic. That makes a lot of sense. And it's to break you out of this. The Page of Wands is to break you out of this. Is this really that simple, Spirit? Like, is this the tried true, oh, job shows up, Princess Fairy Tale move, poof, you're done, you're good. Yes and no, they're saying. They're like, yes, it is this simple, something like an offer of something shows up, but it's not so easy peasy, poofy, whatever. I get a lot of immediate hustle. We have the Emperor. You know, in the beginning I got, it's going to be really pleasant, easy peasy. It's not going to be that difficult. And they're like, it is. Like, the way something shows up is like, it's what you got to do as a result of it showing up. That's not necessarily, it's not difficult, but it's kind of like, no one would classify it as easy peasy either. It's that classic, here's an opportunity, what you can do with it. What comes of it's up to you, because we have the Emperor, which is the person willing to do the things that's necessary to create something positive out of this, to create their empire. And again, it's not about any kind of skill sets. It's like, do I really put all my eggs in this basket? Do I really hinge on this being the success and creating the change in my life? And it's not the tasks, it's the emotional investment. You feel, it's like, I think your emotional investment is having the life you really want and desire that you have been held back from. And you're just kind of like, do I really believe this? Do I really let myself believe this? Do I really let myself invest in this just to be let down? Because we have the Seven of Wands. It's what you choose to do with something. This is one of those battles that's worth fighting. To end this, to leave your old self, to leave your old life. Ten of Swords, heading to the Ace of Swords, right? End of a cycle. It's like you breaking free from this pattern, from this dynamic, from the old self, from your ingrained experience. It does require you to let go of that and move forward. And that's the biggest piece, it seems like, for somebody. It's like you need to choose this for you. That's why I keep getting the one cut. Like, it's about your self-love, your self-worth. Do I really pour any of this out? Because what if I'm left out in the end? What if I put my energy into something, delve into this full throttle, and in the end, I'm right back into this depleted, separate, confused, withheld, sad inner, like, you know, like, do I really, you know, like, I don't know if I could pull myself back up again. And so it is a question of what is best for me. That's why you're hesitating. That's why there's this, I don't even know if it's hesitating. There's this energy of lack of confidence, of your own discernment to determine if this is the right, if it's the one for you. You have probably chosen things, people, places, jobs, and it did nothing but suck you dry. In the end, You were left out of everything. You didn't get the life you wanted. You were left depleted, and you were left alone to pull yourself the fuck up and regenerate. And so you're just kind of like, you are at the heart of your decisions. And the decision you have to make, I don't think is about choosing this in the sense of, would I want to do this? Or could I potentially do this? Or it is like, you know, it's not like it's the field or the area that would bother you. It wouldn't be like, oh God, no, I would never do that. You know what I mean? It's, if I do, will it love me back the way I love it? This is for people pleasers and accommodators and those perfectionists and those who are like, I will go so far just to make something work only for it to, you know, and you are rightfully protective of your energy. Tell me more about this. Starman, coming back home to the self, rediscovering the aspects of yourself that you have been pulled away from. Everybody knows I always read this one from the book. That's why it's always sitting front and center up here, because it's just the way that they word it is the best. Well, this is not the one that I was thinking, but anyways, this is the, let's go to the Starman. Oh, hold on. This is not the one I usually. A palpable sense of creative potency hangs in the air. Hidden potential. This is not the one I usually read. Potential demanding to be realized. A hidden potential demanding to be realized. Willingness to melt oneself down to be reborn as something fresh, something new, yet containing all the elements woven from the past. We too can place the personality and the various jaded facets of ourselves into the flame of the creative fire to be reconfigured in ever more liberating, expressive, and complex ways. We must throw ourselves into the white-hot flames, and despite this heat and sheer intensity, I think that's what it is, know that we can never disappear. To boldly confront the fear of destroying that which we cherish. Thank you, Spirit, for telling me to read. Okay. It requires you to boldly confront the fear of destroying that which you cherish, which is yourself. Of peace, which is your autonomy, which is your sense of protection. Something complete and comfortable with great intrinsic value, and yet be courageous and break it down. To trust the Starman as it propels us towards the possibility of discovering what we didn't know that we didn't know, revealing the raw components of life with all the thoughts, frailties, passions, and anxieties, which can now be transformed and recombined into something powerful, impactful, and extraordinary. He knows power does not come from him, but through him. And he wields it with absolute integrity, creating something magical out of nothing. We must risk, oh, here it is. Fuck. Okay, guys. Are you ready? We must risk our own destruction, risk our own failure, and embrace what appears to be a mistake. So, this is what felt like a mistake to you before. It felt like you feel like that was a mistake because, oh, the place that you got to. The place you thought you never'd see and you found yourself in. The experience that you had within. The soul crushing that happened. And you see your vulnerability and going all in and your belief and your love of something or someone as being the mistake that did you in. Oh, that makes me want to cry. When the starman appears, it is a signal to see what elements of your life can be reinvented and rethought in order to create and reveal something extraordinary. He is calling you to discover your full potential. And that's the thing I told you, like, when your heart is closed off, you are not living. It's pretty good. They're like, read it one more time. Read it one more time. They took me to the alien. That's the one I normally read. We must risk our own destruction, risk our own failure, and embrace what appears to be a mistake. You think this is a mistake. You're afraid it's a mistake. You don't want to make that mistake again. I understand. Tell me about the Fool card, but this brings about immense... Oh, they want me to talk about the wheel. Okay. You must take the risk in order to have the success. I feel like I'm reading in reverse because this does match. I mean, it does talk about, I don't know, this is like, but it really talks about the leap of faith more than anything. Tell me about the wheel, please. Wheel of Fortune. It's your choice and your willingness that turns this wheel and allows that which you deserve to come in. What exactly is coming in? Is that something that we can address? It most certainly feels very skill-based. It's something that you haven't, again, two things. It's something that you haven't really focused on, because the Hanged Man is about getting a different perspective, seeing something differently, focusing on something different. And so too the Knight of Swords is kind of like that energy of a pivot. It's that fucking pivot. Your focus, your paradigm, how you see something or what you see before you, where you choose to direct your energy is going to change. So again, it's new and it's not new. Again, this could be everything from, anyways, but also it takes you out of this liminal space. What shows up takes you out of this stagnation, this major pause in life, this reconfiguration that you've been going through, and put you on a completely different path. A new balanced, a new path to bring in balance. That's yeah. So hence the Judgment. And you see here, the jewel down here appears like that's the risk they're talking about. It looks like it's within a bear trap. Do you know if it's going to go off? Is it just an illusion, or is it real? Is it worth it? But if you're really making decisions based off of, I'm trying to make decisions for me, the Temperance card indicates this is the decision for you then. If you're really serious about loving yourself and protecting yourself, they want me to say, then your choice would be to engage in this, to open up, to take the risk. Not to deprive yourself of living. What about the... Let's talk about... Let's go ahead and move over here. Yeah, okay, we will do that. Where do I want to go? Do I want to go? I gotta sneeze, guys. Every time I turn around, it starts to come up. It's a new path. It's. I want to say with all the pentacles, it is something that shows up in your material world that will benefit you financially. That does set out course on a new path that you will have success with. Four of Pentacles again. King of Cups. Again, still coming back to the idea of what do I invest my energy into? Do I hold back, or is this worth pouring my cup into? Tell me about the Page of Pentacles, please. I swear. I swear. It's all bleeding into each other. The Wheel of Fortune. This new beginning, this actually, if you let it break ground, this creates and starts something within your life that brings peace. It's going to bring peace. It's going to bring peace. It turns things around. You want me to do that? I felt like it was doing it. And then we've got allow spirit to guide you. I think that this is also more reflecting like this is your path home to who you really are. You will, if you follow the guidance, if you follow the step, if you follow through, thank you, you will have success. And again, I'm getting, this is guidance that comes from within. This is guidance that you will have along this path. There's a lot of things that are floating through, and I'm like, this path will take you to success. The kind of success that you want. The kind of success that reflects your truest and deepest desire. Okay. We definitely want to, again, but it requires your heart to be open. It requires you to pour yourself into this. And be vulnerable, have hope and faith and belief in it. This is the ultimate way to protect yourself, to balance things out. This is here to help you. This is here to help you along the way, and it's the best way for you to protect yourself. Not being afraid of it, not withholding from it. Do we get to know anything about what this is that arrives, and then how this impacts the location changes? We want to not try to. Absolutely requires you to choose you and to be brave about this. Tell me what this is going to look like in reality. Shh. You're going to have to jump at this. You're going to have to not hesitate. Be open. It's going to take you out of disappointment. It'll take you out of disappointment. Okay, so we're staying surface level with this thing. Is that what we're doing? I don't hear anything coming from you that's very specific about this. And I don't understand how this is relating to location change. Other than it's your tried and true. Don't deceive yourself. Allow something to end so you can have this new beginning. Into a difficult situation. This organization or institution. Look at that. Peace, happiness, comfort, victory. It's like they're not going to give me anything on this, but the idea is that this is something that would show up without your prompting. I will say that much. Tell me about the arrival of this and any timing that you... Oh, there's a card hidden back there. Yeah, this is gonna, there's a lot to, obviously. This path has a lot of great fortune on it. Like, you're gonna get money from this. This is gonna be, this just feels like preparation. Like thinking of all the things that you'd need to take care of and what you'd have to focus on, because it's like this is going to come. It's official. This is the idea. It's coming. It has nothing to do with you. It's coming. It's like you're not the one that's in control. This is coming to you from another source. New area, obviously. We're just repeating ourselves at this point. It's like wish fulfillment, but distant horizons, something that you couldn't have fathomed to come be. What time frame are we looking at here? It's the answer to this. What time frame are we looking at here? I mean, I know we're thinking of... Oh, for the love of... Okay. Obviously, these are the energies of the person that's receiving, and this is the one that has the authority capacity to offer something. You can expect this. Please don't miss the opportunity. Are we going to go through the whole fucking deck at this point? Like, don't withhold. Don't hold back. Don't miss this. Don't let anxiety cause any kind of issues. It's definitely going to be unexpected. We're just going to go hold the whole deck. Like, at some point, surely we're going to stop, right? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That came out upright. Sorry. I just... I might be reading for somebody that's actually... This shows the dynamic between two, but it's like... You might not be very young. You might be over 30. Over 35 for this group. Because it feels like later in life. Like if this person may be in a higher position, but you are equally capable in the skill sets and your capacity. Like you're really more equally yoked then. Message concern is sometimes like details that you don't really like, or it could be delays. So I'm getting either later in life but this is like individuals who this is happening a little bit later in life, or a dynamic where, again, skills, it's not so much, you might be thinking like, oh, I don't know if I can do all that. But the real hesitancy isn't your capacity because you're equally yoked. Your hesitancy, again, is the emotional investment it would require, or that you fear that it requires. Sudden, it does talk about timing and unexpected. So this is going to bring about yeah, it's going to bring about some kind of financial status change, but it's going to be very unexpected. So I don't think that they're going to, okay, there's the fucking, I was about to say, I don't think that they're going to give a time. This is like really, really, really soon. So it is, we are still focused on the January group. It's kind of like, again, this is it's in the room with you type of energy. It's really close by. It's really soon. Oh, that slid. I did not mean to slide. And that, again, may be, you know, okay. Well, I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to, I already beat this to oblivion. But it really is, this is supposed to be a very pleasant, sweet ending, new beginning. Anything that would make it feel not that is your fear of the emotional investment that it would require. So, but, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope this finds whoever it's meant for, and I will talk to you all later in another reading.